Hi and welcome back. Today you see here a drawing lesson. It's a time lapse, but I explain how to draw a tail of a horse. It's the tail of my own horse, Rubina. I have drawn in a lesson, and I show you here how to build up the layers and explain some interesting things. I hope you enjoy watching this time lapse video. If you're a beginner, I also invite you to join my upcoming free 3 days online drawing workshop to test out to draw with pastels, or if you are further advanced and you would refine your drawing skills. I'm very excited because it's not only a simple workshop, it's an amazing community with so many like-minded people, thousands of participants from all over the world. You get feedback, support, you can ask questions, you can really dive in and get the most out of the workshop. You can win prizes, and it is just so much fun. I would love to see you there. You can sign up in the link below in the description. This is an insight into one of my drawing lessons in my drawing course. Here I have drawn the tail of my own horse Rubina, so from the back view, standing behind the horse. And it's a nice exercise to practice how to draw long fur. Here I started to sketch in the hair direction and start with some shadow parts, so the deeper, darker shadow areas in the hair, in the tail, where you see behind the overlapping hairs, and then step by step build up then the tail with a mid-tone with the brown here. So I plot in brown, always following the hair direction downwards. I like to use the black Rembrandt pastel stick for dark areas, plot in black for the dark shadow parts, where the fur around the tail here is the dark. So the black area, the shadow area. Then I use fingers and blending tools for blending and creating a smooth base layer. What I then do next is to bring in some more details and add more colors. So the more colors you're bringing into your pastel portraits, the better, the more realistically your final result will look then. So I have brought in a bit brown, and then also I add more black, building up step by step the layers. So over the mid-tone brown layer I add then now details. So start drawing hairs. Here with the gray, adding highlight hairs, light reflections, thin lines that are overlapping and crossing. It's always important that you don't draw straight lines downwards, they are a little bit wavy. I recommend to have a good look at the reference photo and really draw what you see there. So observe what shapes do you discover. Are there strands? Are there curls? Are the strands longer or shorter? In what directions are the curls going, or the strands of the hair? Where are the darker areas? Where do I have to add shadow, and where is the light hitting the subject? Where are the highlights, and where do I need to use lighter colors? And then build up, so here step by step and layer by layer the longer hair. Move the pencil downwards from above in longer lines, longer movements, and then finally also add thin lines on top. So add more and more lighter, thinner lines and shorter lines that are crossing and overlapping. Also bring in a bit more brown tones. So the tail of my horse Rubina, she's an Austrian warm blood mare, is not only black, she has also these brown tones in there. The fur also has a brown glaze, or it shines a bit brown. when the sun is hitting the fur. So bring in browns. You could also use reds, violets, and so on. Black fur is never black. I like to use a craft knife for refining also the fur structure, the hair structure. And here I draw also the fur or around the tail for sure to complete that drawing exercise. Then it looks more beautifully. Plot in some browns here and the highlight area with white, and blend the transitions so that you create nice soft transitions, no hard edges here. Add lighter color like white or ivory in the light reflection parts. Here are some veins. Draw them also in, add brown around the veins, between the veins, and blending with the paper stamp. That's always so important, to blend transitions, to make everything soft, to push the pigment into the paper or remove pastel pigment if you have applied too much. And then let's start drawing fine short fur. Horse coat is very fine. You need to work with a very light hand to create very thin detailed lines. Here over the highlight, bringing in fine little strokes. What I like to do is also to rotate the pencil while I'm drawing the hairs, the strokes, the layers. Yes, and just go over here with different colors, darks, and add fine strokes, and then also go over with white and add these brilliant light fine highlight hairs. I like to use the craft knife again for refining the fur rendering, create a finer appearance of the fur, and darken down darker black parts here with the black. Always go in and make some adjustments, add more shadow where you need more shadow. Don't be shy to bring in contrast into your portraits. That's a really important thing, to use the darks. Don't hesitate to use the darks and really add contrast into your portraits. So here I add a bit with the burnt ochre, some orange brown hairs to remember that black fur never is only black, or also in brown fur you find different brown tones or other colors like pinks, for example, or yellows. So go over again and build up that fur here more and more with fine details and layers. Be a bit patient. Drawing animals is a longer process. You have to be patient, but it is also so relaxing. You can use the drawing time for calming down after a busy day, or just sit down and enjoy me time. Use it as a sort of meditation so that you create artwork while you listen to music, or you can listen to a podcast you like, listen to an art podcast, or if you would like to learn something, listen to an educational podcast, or just listen to a TV series that is running in the TV while you're drawing your lines and your strokes. I like to do that. It's really very relaxing and calming down, like a meditation, or art can also be a very good therapy. So just enjoy the drawing process. And yes, and then it's draw line by line, draw layer by layer, add fine details, and you achieve a beautiful result. You can use here all edges of the lid. Also, when your pencil is blunt from plotting in color, you can use and rotate it and use all edges of the lid. I add here more and more fine details in dark and also in light, and adjust some parts, darken down the shadow part here, and add then with a gray some more fine, thin, fluffy overlapping hairs finally. and all the details, so that you let these fine lines cross and overlap. They are going to the left, to the right, in all different directions. So that's important also finally to refine your drawing. Add with white some more brilliant fine highlights, then finally to really create a beautiful finish, and just correct some parts or add some fine details. Yes, and then I will come to an end, add some more details, but then finally this horse tail of my horse Rubina will be finished. Okay, so I hope you have got our tips for drawing long hair, long horse tails out of that drawing demonstration. If you would like to join my free 3 days drawing workshop, this amazing community feeling, don't miss out, getting support, help, and ask questions, feedback for free, sign up in the link below. And otherwise, I hope I see you in the next video here on my channel. Enjoy drawing!